Viewers, just days ahead of the 2024 Mahabharat, the India partners are at loggerheads with the central agencies. While Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal got no relief from the court and continues to remain behind bars till April 1st, on the other hand, the already cash-strapped quote-unquote Congress is slapped with a fresh IT notice of 1,823 crores. The liquorgate probe is widening. So is the role of Sunita Kejriwal in drumming up support for her beleaguered husband? Today, the wife of jailed Delhi Chief Minister Sunita Kejriwal launched the Kejriwal Ko Ashirvaad campaign. Ironically, the man jailed for alleged kickbacks of 100 crore rupees and money laundering is being projected as a martyr. His wife sought the blessings of the people, claiming that Kejriwal is fighting against forces of corruption and autocracy. Listen in.
हम एक अभियान शुरू कर रहे हैं जिसका नाम है केजरीवाल को आशीर्वाद। इस व्हाट्सएप नंबर पर आप अपने अरविंद को आशीर्वाद भेज सकते हैं, शुभकामनाएं भेज सकते हैं, दुआएं भेज सकते हैं, प्रार्थना भेज सकते हैं। कोई और भी संदेश देना चाहे तो वो भी दे सकते हैं। कई माताओं ने तो अपने बेटे के लिए मन्नत मांगी है। हर परिवार का हर सदस्य लिख के भेजे। आपके मैसेज पढ़ के उन्हें बहुत अच्छा लगेगा। मैं आप सबके मैसेज उनको जेल में देकर आऊँगी और उन्हें मैसेज देने के लिए आपको आम आदमी पार्टी का होने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। आप किसी भी पार्टी से हो, कोई भी हो, अरविंद जी को मैसेज ज़रूर भेजें।
Interestingly, the India Alliance, standing in solidarity with the AAP, had planned to protest for Kejriwal today at the BJP office and also at Azad Maidan in Mumbai. But the Mumbai protest was rather unceremoniously called off. On the other hand, the AAP leaders are preparing for India Bloc's rally on March 31st at Ram Leela Maidan. Delhi Minister Gopal Rai today held door-to-door campaign to drive more footfall to the rally. In fact, we've accessed a tentative list of attendees for the Ram Leela Maidan rally. Kharge, Rahul Gandhi will represent Congress, while Uddhav Thackeray, Aditya Thackeray, Sharad Pawar will represent several other major MVA constituents. Party chiefs Farooq Abdullah and Akhilesh Yadav are expected to be there as well, alongside Derek O'Brien of the TMC. Tejashwi Yadav of the RJD and T. Shiva of the DMK will be present as well. The left is expected to be represented by Sitaram Yechury, D. Raja and Dipankar Bhattacharya. While Jharkhand Chief Minister Champai Soren and Hemant Soren's wife Kalpana Soren are also likely to attend, the BJP claims that it's just a facade though.
मोदी जी ने तानाशाही पूर्ण रवैया अपनाते हुए दिल्ली के चुने हुए मुख्यमंत्री को गिरफ्तार किया है। पूरे दिल्ली के अंदर इसके खिलाफ आक्रोश है। इसके विरोध में 31 तारीख को 10 बजे पूरी दिल्ली रामलीला मैदान पहुंच रही है, जिसमें इंडिया गठबंधन के पूरे देश के जो शीर्ष नेता हैं वो भी इस तानाशाही के विरोध में रामलीला मैदान पहुंच रहे हैं।
What we are seeing from Mr. Kejriwal and his colleagues is an attempt to create a drama rather than answer the specific questions which they are running away from. With regard to the so-called I.N.D.I.A alliance, it has never existed. There never was, is or will be any clarity about who is their joint leader, their election logo. When there isn't something like that, it's not an alliance. They are also fighting against each other, the Congress party and these constituents. Look at West Bengal, look at Maharashtra. In Wayanad, the left front has put up a candidate against Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So there is no alliance. Now, if they choose to try and be together in a protest, that is their democratic right.
And apart from the Aam Aadmi Party, even its ally, the Congress, is facing the heat of central agencies. The Income Tax Department has issued a fresh notice to pay a penalty of 1,823 crore rupees. This comes after the Delhi High Court rejected its petitions challenging the tax reassessment proceedings against it for the years 1993-94 and 2016 to 2020. Playing the victim card, Congress says that BJP is trying to cripple the Congress financially with tax terrorism, quote-unquote. But the BJP counters by saying that no one has immunity from legal proceedings. Watch this war of words.
ये इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड घोटाला सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है ये संविधान के खिलाफ है, ये गैर संवैधानिक है। बीजेपी की क्या रणनीति है? 2024 के चुनाव के संदर्भ में कैसे विपक्ष की पार्टियों को निशाना बनाया गया है और खास तौर से कांग्रेस पार्टी को आर्थिक रूप से अपंग करने की खूब प्रयास हो रही है, which shows the complete hypocrisy of the BJP, which is engaged in tax terrorism. ये कर आतंकवाद है.
For assessment, yes, every year you have to file a return. Yes, sir, exactly. No one is immune from it. Not any member of any party or the party itself. So they had an income tax notice. Now they are saying कितने साल पुराना भाई नोटिस इनकम टैक्स है इनका 17 हाँ उससे पहले की इनकम टैक्स जो है फाइल नहीं किए, पता नहीं क्या करते हैं. इनकी आमदनी तो खूब होती है. वो लगता है वो पार्टी वाले कह रहे हैं कि हमारे पास 2 रुपए नहीं है, तो उनको पूछो वो जो
कांग्रेस इज ब्लेमिंग बीजेपी सर.
अरे ना कांग्रेस की ब्लेम,
इनकम टैक्स है प्लांट किया.
अरे सुनिए, कांग्रेस को ब्लेम करना, उनका एक नेता है उसके पास कांग्रेस का 350 करोड़ निकले, कहते उससे ले लो, उससे इलेक्शन लड़ लो.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us, Dr. Syed Zafar Islam, National Spokesperson of the BJP, is with us. With us also is Karan Verma, author. Lokesh Jindal is a political analyst. Joining us with us also, of course, is Syed Asadabad's political analyst. Let me come across to you first, Lokesh Jindal. Let me begin by asking you, while the Congress says it's tax terrorism, the IT department says that it's only following due course as far as the 1,823 crore rupees of the tax exposure that it believes the Congress party has. How do you respond to that?
Well, Madhav, every individual knows that the IT department, while assessing the liability of tax to be paid, it has a certain discretion. It resorts to certain forms of its own assessment methodologies, and many of the times it gets appealed to the appellate tribunals and then to the high courts. We all know the litigation process that is carried on after that. The point is, all these issues are being raised just before the elections, and it pertains to previous years. The assessment years were 2015, 16, 17, and all these previous years, which have suddenly being reopened now, and liabilities are being claimed just prior to the elections. So the timing, the manner in which it is being utilized to stifle opposition, it raises serious concerns.
Okay.
So this is what is the major issue. This is what is tax terrorism.
Let me bring in Dr. Syed Zafar Islam on that. Dr. Syed Zafar Islam, I want you to respond to that. He says that there are cases from 2016 to 2020, and in one case even 93 to 94, which of course is several decades ago. And they are saying that it is being brought up now at the discretion of the IT department, only with a view to impact on polls. That's the direct charge coming in from the Congress. Please respond to that.
It is absolutely baseless that this issue is being raised now. If somebody is ignorant about it, then I think they should first go through the details, understand the case properly, and before making any comment, either on the income tax department or the government or any political party, let me at least give you the facts. This 97-98 case is not a new case. It was the High Court actually pronounced a judgment in 2016. Since then, the several reminders have been given to the Congress party for the recovery. The case was filed in 1997. They have lost the case in High Court. Likewise, the proceedings under 226(3) has been initiated by the Income Tax Department after following the due process. They went to CIT-A, their claims were dismissed. They approached, the next process was they have to go to tribunal. Their case was again dismissed by the tribunal because the tribunal gave them plenty of opportunity to submit their response, give them the clarity, but the counsel didn't appear, primarily because they wanted to buy time. And at the end of the day, tribunal felt that and realized based on the documents they had that the Congress claim is absolutely bogus, so they dismissed it. When they realized that the tribunal has dismissed it, the CIT has dismissed it, then they went to Delhi High Court, and again on Delhi High Court on 13th of March, The Delhi High Court also dismissed it.
Okay.
So the recovery procedure was started.
Okay.
So it is just and the reassessment is based on also. There are three cases: the 94-95 case you said, the recovery case, and the reassessment case for the 7 years. Let me tell you, Madhav, when you go through the details and all the satisfactory note which has been provided to the Honorable High Court, they have realized that the kind of the mischievous act has been done by the Congress party is unparalleled. They have unaccounted cash for several hundreds of crores.
Okay. Lokesh Jindal. I want Lokesh Jindal to respond to that. Lokesh Jindal, the kind of the lack of relief that was given by the courts very clearly. No,
10 seconds.
You made your point, sir. We'll come back to you.
10 seconds.
There are others on the panel, please, Mr. Zafar Islam. The others, I'll come back to you. Please, let me put across the point that you have made, and then you can make your next point. Let me quickly ask you this. The point being made over here at the end of the day, Lokesh Jindal, is this, that you had a certain legal strategy. That strategy boomeranged on the Congress party. And the BJP says that it's only after you realize the fact that you're not getting any relief that now you have woken up and are panicking and are making all sorts of political allegations. Please respond to that.
Madhav, Section 13A of the Income Tax Act, it lays down that the political parties are exempted from taxes, and there are various sources from where it can get money and not get taxed. However, the income tax, it has within its powers, methodologies, and it can claim that whatever income the political party has received, it should be brought within the ambit of taxation or not. So over here, it is the income tax department, and whenever it is opening up previous cases, it can certainly raise various questions, and it can claim that this much amount of tax bearing is upon the political party, and the political party is supposed to pay this much of tax. And the political party will reply to that particular notice, and it would appeal to the concerned authorities that why have they claimed exemption from a particular tax claim. So this entire procedure, it takes time, and generally we see court cases filed so as to claim exemption from taxation. But right before the elections, if accounts are being frozen, if claims are being made, if attempts are being made to deprive the political party of from all forms of financial resources, tell me, will we be having free and fair elections? Or will there be an election whereby one political party is able to gain tremendous resources from electoral bonds and other forms of funding, and there's another political party which is completely deprived of financial resources? Okay,
respond to that, Said Zafar Islam.
Madhav, Madhav, first of all, he must understand, Lokesh Jindal, that under section, when you want to have an exemption on the income of the political party, you have to comply with the guidelines under section 13A of Income Tax Act, which they fail to comply because they feel that they're above the law. Even after 33 months after the deadline, they have not even looked at it. Several reminders have been sent by the Income Tax Department, which they have completely ignored. They felt that it is their fiefdom. They cannot, even if they don't comply with the guidelines, still they will get exemption under the Income Tax Act, which cannot be possible.
Okay, so it's a sense of entitlement. It's a sense of entitlement, says the BJP, Lokesh Jindal, that your party or whoever was in charge of it felt they could get away with not complying with the laws. Please respond to that point, Lokesh.
But Madhav, he has already admitted that Section 13A of the Income Tax Act, it provides a lot of room for discretion as well as a lot of room whereby there can be issues raised, and there would have been a lot of answers that would be required by the department. So over here, it's not that there was a blatant or a deliberate tax evasion done by the political party. When the political party has claimed certain form of exemption and the department claims that it was not due for the party, these issues they usually end up into the court, and it is the court that has to decide the matter.
Okay.
But with the department freezing the bank accounts, not allowing the party to have access to the financial resources,
10 seconds and you are giving
there would be a distortion.
Okay, one by one. I'm giving everybody equal time, sir. He is making a point. He is saying that his only point is that there is discretionary power on part of the agency, not of the person who's filing. And let me ask you one simple question. If the High Court order came in 2016 and that was challenged in the Supreme Court, Mr. Zafar Islam, why is it that the action is happening now?
See, first of all, this is not a discretionary, it's a mandatory compliance under Section 30A if you want a relief in terms of exemption from the income tax. So it is unfair to make this kind of statement that it's a discretionary power. It's a mandatory compliance.
Absolutely, it's mandatory.
There is no discretion. That's what I'm saying.
Has no discretionary power.
Mandatory, it's a mandatory compliance. And they were thinking that it is there above the law, and so
Sir,
even if they don't comply with that, still they will get the exemption, which is not possible.
Allow exemption.
Secondly, just a second, please, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't interrupt you. Please do not interrupt me.
No, I'm just
the second thing with
okay, one by one. Lokesh, let him make his point. 1 second. Lokesh, let him make his point. You can respond. Yeah.
It is when it comes to reassessment proceeding case, the writ files has been filed by Congress Party, which again has been dismissed by the Honorable High Court. Why? You have to ask why. When all the competent authorities, whether CIT, whether it's a tribunal, whether it's a High Court, why did they have dismissed it? Because there has an incrementary evidence against Congress Party in terms of how much cash they have received. See the observation made by the Honorable High Court. What kind of observation Honorable High Court has made against Congress Party? Purely because neither they have complied with the guidelines and they have misused all the unaccounted money they have used. At least 520 crores something which has made the observation by the Honorable High Court.
Okay.
So they have to first come up with all the clarification. As far as I understand, based on simple back of the envelope calculation, they will have to pay another 1,800 crores. So 3,600 crores.
No, 1,800 crores is the exposure is what we understand. They will have to pay the tax relevant to that. But Karan Verma, you wanted to respond to the panelists as well. Lokesh Jindal.
No, the tax liability, I'm saying tax liability will be... Tax liability, let me tell you, the tax liability back of the envelope calculation suggests it will be more than 3,000 crore Congress Party will have to pay. And the recovery proceedings under 226 will be initiated against them.
Okay. Yeah, correct.
Just 4-5 facts that I want to put, because my friend Lokesh is being selective with the facts. Number one, the Congress has violated the mandatory condition which could have given them exemption. Now they violated that mandatory condition. Secondly, it's the High Court saying there is an escapement of income up to 520 crores. Then he talked about timing. This has been a notice of 33 months now where the recovery was 135 crores. Even if I agree with my friend Lokesh that there is a dispute, there is a discretionary element, the law says that you have to deposit 20% of it. So even if it was 105 or 135, you had to deposit 21 CR to avoid lien. There is no freezing, there is a lien on it. You did not even deposit the 21 crores. Leave aside 21 crores, Madhav. They have deposited 2.79 crores despite appealing 2 times in the appellate tribunal. So this is brazen entitlement on the part of the Congress parties. They cannot now play the victim card and talk about timing when they've only flouted norm after norm for years together. Very similar to the Aam Aadmi Party. 9 summons they skip and then they talk about timing. So, you know, it's a perfect example of the pot calling the kettle black.
All right, let Syed Asad Abbas come in on that. Syed Asad Abbas, even your party has a sense of entitlement. 9 times Mr. Kejriwal skips the summons, and today, as far as the mobile phone is concerned, Atishi says that they want the mobile phone to access the plans for the Lok Sabha polls.
Firstly, Madhav Sahab, I would certainly like to know from Zafar Islam Sahab. Zafar Sahab, Assalamu alaikum, Adab baja lata hun janab, Ramadan Kareem hai aapko. Bhai Sahab, aap ye bataiye, what is the intelligence survey report from Bharatiya Janata Party across India? Why is it, sir, that the BJP is so rattled that you do this to the Aam Aadmi Party? Why is it, sir, in this 70-odd years of the Indian independence, this has nothing happened? You're setting a precedence of sorts where Congress accounts are frozen, Aam Aadmi Party's leaders are in jail. What has come in the survey? 400 par to chhodiye, 300 par bhi hona mushkil hai. ऐसा लग रहा है आपकी सर्वे के हिसाब से? Also, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, Madhav Saab and Zafar Saab, 30 seconds में समाप्त कर रहा हूं और आपको सुनूंगा. The fact of the matter is, this initiative by Sunita Kejriwal ji for Delhi ka beta is for the elected Chief Minister of Delhi. This man has won Delhi not once, not twice, but 3 times. Modi-led Sarkar could not beat him. Only because you cannot defeat them on ground, sir, on the grassroots level, you want to use your CBI, ED, IT against them? What good are these agencies, sir, where the India today raising a question on the legitimacy of your agencies? Are they dirty tricks department of the BJP or are they really independent? Also, as a matter of fact, respected sir, let me tell you, you only speak of 9 summons, right? Kejriwal is not a spokesperson or a political analyst like you and I, sir. He's running 2 states, Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, Delhi by him. He's running pillar to pillar, helter-skelter, dealing with the scarcity of water. He's dealing with the mohalla clinics, medicine, and everything in his might. This is India's fastest political startup, sir.
Okay, it's targeting of opposition parties. Please respond to that. Saeed Zafar Islam, please respond to that.
First of all, let me respond to him. He said, Salam alaikum, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But also he admitted one thing, very honestly, Kejriwal was running 2 governments. One in here, one Punjab. So he was a dummy. The Chief Minister of Punjab is a dummy. That's what I'm not telling you. He said, he's a dummy. He's a dummy. So listen, and the second thing, as far as Kejriwal is concerned, Kejriwal ji is concerned, No, you didn't mention. So he is running a dummy. I understand. He's a dummy, and it is being run by. No. You candidly accepted it. I accept it also. I'm not criticizing.
Okay. Mr. Abbas, I think you rendered a bit of a self goal, and that's the point scored over here by Mr. Islam. Let Mr. Islam continue. But Mr. Islam, serious point, serious question. He's saying is all this timing is only to target parties ahead of polls. Please respond to that.
Not at all. Not at all. See, these cases are being investigated by the agencies, and it is in the court. So all the other ministers of the deputy chief ministers and the other ministers, whoever was involved, they are put behind the bar long back. But the case is being pursued. Slowly, everything is getting unraveled. And these people who have had committed crime, they have to eventually go behind the bar. So they have gone behind the bar. Because
all right.
These people have
let me ask Saeed Abbas this. Saeed Abbas, the day that the arrest took place, you were told there is no mobile phone. Now reason is being given that the mobile phone is not going to be available. A kind of justification saying the agencies wanted to snoop on the entire plans of Aam Aadmi Party, which would be revealed by Mr. Kejriwal's phone. Now, isn't that a change from what we heard a few days ago?
2 quick points. I've definitely answered on the mobile phone, sir. Zafar Islam said, crimes, these are criminals. Respected, sir. Do you have a conviction order of the High Court or the Supreme Court? I think that is not the word you need to use. Alleged criminal or alleged crime, sir. Let us not act like Supreme Court or High Court judges here. Also, as a matter of fact, let me tell you now, coming to the Supreme, whether the mobile phone could be used or not, I'm sure the respective lawyers of both the parties have made this statement also from the Enforcement Directorate, whether this can come through or not. As per the Delhi High Court order observation directive, that shall come through.
Okay.
As simple
Completely
as that.
out of time there. Completely out of time there. Saeed Zafar Islam, Lokesh Jindal, Saeed Abbas, as well as Karan Verma. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on the show this evening. Certainly, of course, big question about whether this is actually going to bring the opposition parties together. Remember that we've been talking about the cracks within the India alliance, but perhaps over the last several weeks, and with the Ram Leela rally that is expected on the 31st, all eyes on whether this is an issue that will unite the opposition parties. Perhaps, who knows what is going to happen as a result of all of this. Thanks so much for joining us on debate number 2.